Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we will be shooting at these water jugs from a distance of 100 yards in search of an ideal predator hunting bullet in a 22-250, 223, and 204 Ruger. We are looking for a bullet that will provide rapid energy transfer and yet at the same time punch deeply enough to avoid splash hits. For those of you that are not familiar with the term, splash hits refers to the idea or the concept of hitting a coyote, for example, with nearly perfect shot placement and having the animal run off anyway because the bullet was so fast and explosive upon impact that it didn't penetrate deeply enough to hit vitals. That is why we are testing out hollow points exclusively in today's video. We will start by comparing and shooting the three bullets that you see here in the middle. Those bullets from left to right are the 22-250 45 grain jacketed hollow point from Winchester with a stated velocity of 4,000 feet per second. While that may be what the box claims, we have chronographed them at speeds even better than advertised. Next is the 223 45 grain jacketed hollow point, also from Winchester, with a stated velocity of 3,600 feet per second. We will be using an AR-style platform with an 18-inch barrel to slow it down even further to sub 3,500 feet per second. It is important to note that the 22-250 that you see here and the 223 are indeed using the exact same 45 grain hollow point. The main difference will be the speed at which the bullet is being pushed. A popular theory among reloaders is that if you slow a bullet down just a bit, it will not break apart as violently upon impact and will allow for better penetration. To the right of the 223, you will see the 204 Ruger 35 grain hollow point from HSM that features a Burger hollow point. It has a stated velocity of 3,829 feet per second, and we chronographed them almost exactly as fast as advertised. If you look to the far right, you will see a 22-250 50 grain hollow point from Barnes. It features their TSX all copper bullet and has a stated velocity of 3,830 feet per second. We chronographed them almost exactly as advertised as well. The Barnes bullet isn't really meant to be part of the comparison, however. It is mainly meant to provide us with a certain perspective on the comparison of the first three. The bullet on the far left is a 32 grain 204 Ruger VMAX. We will not be testing it today. It is to serve as a reminder of all of the VMAX bullets we have already tested at this same distance. We have already tested everything from a 32 grain 204 up to a 55 grain VMAX in 22-250. Regardless of the bullet weight or caliber, the results were always pretty much the same. A massive explosion on the first water jug, but the bullet itself failing to make it into the second jug. By showing the TSX performance at the end of the video, we will have a better idea if the three hollow points in question are performing closer to a VMAX, closer to a TSX, or hopefully somewhere in the middle. We'll take a quick look at the speed and energy numbers, and then we'll go out into the field and see how they translate onto the targets. These are the muzzle energy numbers, and as you can see, they pretty much lived up to their advertised velocities, the exception being the 223, and that is mainly because we were using an 18-inch barrel in hopes of slowing it down. Well, here are the speed and energy numbers that each bullet will have upon arrival at 100 yards. The main thing that I would like to have you zero in on is the fact that the 22-250 45 grain and 223 will have the identical bullet, but the 223 will arrive with 16% less speed than the 22-250. I would also like to direct your attention to the Barnes bullet. Notice that it will arrive with 1,163 foot-pounds of energy, and the 22-250 45 grain will arrive with 1,162. So basically, identical energy numbers, but a very different arrival speed and a different bullet altogether. We'll be shooting at these water jugs from a distance of 100 yards using a 22-250 45 grain jacketed hollow point by Winchester. Well, I'm walking up right now to the water jugs that were just hit at a distance of 100 yards using 22-250, 45 grain jacketed hollow point Winchester white box. I'm not entirely sure where I hit that first water jug. All I really saw was a massive explosion through the scope. We'll take a look at the first water jug, which is on the ground. The orange sticker that I was aiming at is still intact, so it wasn't really a perfect shot. I'm thinking that this may be the impact, which might be what, half an inch to 1 inch off of paper just to the left. But with that high-speed round, you don't really have to hit perfect bullseyes to do a lot of damage, as you can see. Water jug number 2, it looks like the bullet went right through water jug number 1, and it did go into water jug number 2. A good amount of hydrostatic damage in water jug number 2 at the bottom. If you look close, you can see the remnants of that bullet at the bottom there. We'll see if we can just dump that out in a moment for you. On the back of water jug number 2, no damage to the back. Water jug number 3 and all of the rest of them are unharmed. They're a little more wet than what they used to be, but other than that, they are unharmed. Take a look here. Yeah, we'll pour that out in a moment for you. Here's what is left of that 22-250 45 grain jacketed hollow point from the Winchester white box. Not much lead left. There's only jacket basically left. My best guess is grand total is maybe 9, 10, I don't know, maybe 11 grains total between the two pieces there. I'll weigh that when I get home and let you know. We'll be shooting at these water jugs at a distance of 100 yards using a .223 45 grain jacketed hollow point by Winchester. Well, we're walking up right now to those water jugs that were just hit at a distance of 100 yards using .223 45 grain jacketed hollow point, which again was the Winchester white box. The first water jug in line is on the ground, so let's stop there and take a look at that one first. I do not see the little orange sticker still on it that I was aiming at, but I know where I placed it. I placed it pretty much on this circle right here. So you can see the entrance hole. So we know that I made contact, somewhere pretty close to dead center. So there's really no complaints about shot placement on this one. At least there shouldn't be. None from me anyway. As far as the bullet, what happened from there, it went right into the second water jug in line. But I don't think that we're going to find it in there. I think that it boomeranged and went straight out the side is my best guess. I don't think there's any damage on the bottom. There's no damage to any of these other water jugs at all. We'll take a look in here. Not only is the bullet not there, but there's no fragments of any bullet in there. So I was thinking that had that bullet actually expanded at all, we probably would have seen at least some fragments of that bullet inside of water jug number 2. At this point, we need to seriously consider the possibility that with the slower speed on that bullet, that it just did not expand at all, and it veered right, straight out the side of water jug number 2. We may also want to consider the fact that that .223 bullet was fired from a 1 in 8 twist, which is a very fast twist. And although it had a little bit slower velocity than the .22-250, that faster twist may have caused that bullet to come apart rather violently, and it may not have even gone into this second water jug. When we take a closer look at that second water jug, I realize there's some damage there. And I realize that there's some hydrostatic damage over there, but that might just be hydrostatic damage. That bullet maybe just didn't even go in there at all. We have to also consider that possibility. We'll be shooting at these water jugs from a distance of 100 yards using a .204 Ruger The ammunition will be from HSM, and they are using a 35 grain hollow point from Berger. We're walking up right now to the water jugs that were just hit at a distance of 100 yards using 204 Ruger. The ammunition, once again, was by HSM Trophy Gold, and they used that 35 grain Berger hollow point. So the very first water jug that got hit is way over here. Let's go take a look at it, or what's left of it anyway. Here's the back side of it. I think that's the back side. This, see, where's the front side? This is the front side. This is where I had that little orange sticker. And right by my thumb, you can see the entrance. So we definitely hit inside of the little orange sticker. So really no complaints about shot placement. Blew the back right out of it. In terms of what it did or didn't do to the other water jugs, let's go find out. The other water jugs appear to be unharmed, sadly. Water jug number 2, nice and dry, unharmed. The rest of them nice and dry and unharmed. Even on the underside, as dry as can be. So it would appear that that Berger hollow point functioned more or less as what a ballistic tip would do. We'll be shooting at these water jugs from a distance of 100 yards using the 22-250. The ammunition will be from Barnes. This is their 50 grain TSX hollow point. Well, we're walking up right now to the water jugs that were just hit at a distance of 100 yards with the 22-250. The ammunition, once again, was the Barnes 50 grain TSX bullet. I kind of gathered up all the water jugs just in the interest of saving time. From what I can tell, the very first water jug in line was this one, and we hit him right there. So it looks like we hit him just on the edge, maybe just on the edge of the orange sticker. Coming out of the first water jug, who knows where it came out. This is part of what's left of that first water jug. Entrance to water jug number 2. I'm not sure about the exit on water jug number 2. Your guess is as good as mine. Water jug number 3 in line, right there. Exit on water jug number 3. Water jug number 4. Entrance. Exit. And water jug number 5. We got lucky. We were able to capture this bullet today before it escaped us. It is sitting in there in water jug number 5. We'll pour it out in a moment for you. We'll take a look and see what that looks like now. Well, this is what's left of that 50 grain bullet. My best guess is that he weighs about 42 grains right now. I could be wrong. So if he does weigh 42 grains, that'll be about what, 84% weight retention? We'll weigh that when we get home and let you know for sure.